Welcome to church, Talking Boxing, Sunday night edition. If this is your first time watching, don't sweat it. We do the same thing every week. Sundays are for results, Mondays are for the schedule. Questions, comments, if you got them, drop them. If you need a link for a fight, send me a DM. And last but not least, share something of mine. Put it in your stories, hit the repost, tell the milkman, I don't care, but get the word out there. Okay, so I just did this whole thing in French, literally minutes ago. But we're going to run through it all again in English. So, first up, Thursday night, Casino de Montreal, Eye of the Tiger, live on punchandgrace.com. I said it in French, I'll say it again. The best show I've been to from beginning to end. No shitty judging. No horrible injuries. No breaks in the action. No fights where you get kind of bored. Bell to bell, that was the best one I've been to. Phenomenal. And the overall word I want to fucking take home tonight is professional. The opponents. The A side, the B side. Everybody fucking showed up. The Eye of the Tiger team, batting 100. Punch and Grace team, just fucking going for excellence. Everybody was fucking goaling. It was like watching a machine work. The fights were so fucking good. The matchmaker, hats off to the matchmaker. He did a really fucking bang-up job on this one, man. There's one fight that went fast, and thank God it did. Phenomenal night. Eye of the Tiger, the entire Punch and Grace team should really fucking pat themselves on the back. That's going to be hard to keep up. That's the main thing I thought of. That's going to be hard to fucking keep up. Fuck. You know, and another thing is, I brought it up to a couple people, Anthony Descaries and a few other people from Eye of the Tiger, and they responded the same thing to me. But I was like, why didn't we go to, Place Belle or something, a couple thousand people? This would have sold, 600 people. It doesn't make sense to me. Look how many fucking titles you got on here. What the fuck? The fights are so good. It's kind of a case of under-promising and over-delivering. They all answered the same thing. Well, we've got partners, and we want our partners to be happy. Yeah, you want them to be happy, Jesus, but you're almost giving them a happy ending here. This is, like I said, my biggest fear is how we're going to keep this rolling. I know how boxing works. We get a lot of fucking bullshit. Phenomenal night. Let's talk about it. Eric Israelian, Dylan Schroeder, 130 pounds. That's what we open up on. Let me pull up the box rec so I can get the scorecards here. 4 rounds was not enough. It was, the perfect fight to start the fucking night. If you sat down, you're like, oh, the fights are starting. Thank you. Thanks for my drink. Oh, okay, let's, for 4 fucking rounds. That dude didn't even fucking take a sip. Good shit. Let's look at the scorecards though, because I got an issue here. Personally, I was like, okay, draw. I would have been okay with a draw. Let's do it again. If you tell me, gun to my head, I gotta pick a winner, I don't think I would have picked the winner that won. I'm saying it out loud. It's not hate. Remember, it's a very, very tough sport. Not just to compete in, but to judge as well. Sylvain Leblanc, 39-37. Nicolas Esno, 40-36. And Richard Blouin saw it 37-39. Richard Blouin saw it the way I saw it. Unfortunately, that doesn't go Dylan Schroeder's way. Now, Eric definitely knows he was in a fight. And I really hope he understands and learns the lesson, the gift he was given here. And, fixes up the little mistakes that he definitely learned from Dylan Schroeder. As for Dylan Schroeder, after the fight, I made sure to tell him, like, I knew he was going to be upset, and I made sure to tell him and his team, like, this wasn't a loss, man. Just roll with it. Be polite. Be courteous to everyone at Punch and Grace and the Eye of the Tiger. They're going to have you back. That was a fucking fire fight. They are the type of people that have you back. Don't burn your bridges. Talk to them on how you would like another opportunity, that you hope that they had a really good time watching your fight, that it was an entertaining fight. Remind them that it was an entertaining fight. And, hopefully we get to see this back. Because the truth is, I want them to run it back. Run it back immediately if they can. I know they're already talking about a November fight for Eric. So, I don't know if Dylan Schroeder would be down for November. But the one thing I will say is, I would like just 2 more rounds if they do it again. Just to spice it up a little bit. Now, the next fight. Thomas Chabot, Logan Klutze. I knew this was going to be a fucking tough one. Logan did some work on Theo Owasu a little while back, and I knew he was going to be a problem a little bit for Thomas. And the other thing that bothered me is Thomas has been fucking injury plagued, hasn't fucking fought in almost 2 years, comes back, and this is the fight he chooses to come back on. Now, I don't know if that was on purpose, like maybe he was like, fuck it, I got balls of steel, let's go. And trust me, the kid does, because this fight, I think round 4, I'm in my stories basically just thanking the boxing gods, wishing for them to fight forever in a very ego-driven, selfish way. Because it was just beautiful to watch. It was chess, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, he got him here, he went back here. And, I want to point out, they rang the bell for Arturo Jr. before, and I almost felt like it invoked the spirit. They were going at it, man. It was fucking nice. Round 4 was just fucking phenomenal. I could watch that round again and again. Round 5. Thomas hits the mat. Body shot. Painful shit. Painful shit. I see it in fucking Thomas's face. Motherfucker gets up. Doesn't he fucking get him again? Doesn't the kid fucking get up again? Doesn't he fucking finish the fucking fight? Logan worked that shit, though. He fucking worked that shit, man. This wasn't a case of Thomas underestimating Logan. This was Logan seizing the fucking day and Thomas getting caught. Logan fucking definitely put his name out there. Just clean, precise, the footwork. It's, he's sharp as fuck. Both guys were thinking in there. It was nice watching them both fucking try and fucking deconstruct it. They did 8 rounds. Now, personally, I'd like Chabot to get a tune-up fight, a real tune-up fight. Like, get healed up from this shit, and then get a real fight to get rounds in, to see how your cardio's doing, to, work out all the fucking gears and whatnot before you fucking embark in another fucking Logan Klutze. But ultimately, yeah, I'd fucking run this back too. I mean, if they can, in a couple fights, maybe add a title, maybe make it for 10 rounds, but Logan Klutze, definitely somebody I want to watch again. Thomas Chabot, not fucking closing a book on that. You can't. You go watch round 5. That kid got fucking dropped, man. Finishes the fight. Makes it to the fucking judges. No reason for that. He could have fucking taken the knee round 5. Fuck it. You know what? I'm not gonna win. Points wise, it's not happening. He could have fucking just given up. Nah, fuck it, man. Fuck it. I'm going to try and make it happen anyway. That's the kind of shit you want to see. So I don't think anyone's worried about Thomas Chabot. Definitely has some shit to work out. Definitely should have had a fucking tune-up fight. But these are all things that you learn from. And hopefully we get to see him again. Hopefully we get to see that fucking particular fight again. Next. Chris Guerrero. WBC Continental Welterweight title against William Andres Herrera. Listen, I don't know if he's doing himself any favors. Obviously in my interview with him, we talked about the issue with him being on the scale, having to show the cheeks, so to speak. If you go to his Instagram post, he's literally posted himself wolfing down 4 McDonald's hamburgers. Listen, man, if I have McDonald's once a month, I can feel it in my system. I can't even imagine what 4 hamburgers back to back is like in that body, too. That kid must have just spent an hour on the toilet the next day. Anyway, William Herrera, man. Fucking chin on dude. Fucking chin on dude. Because it wasn't for a lack of Chris nailing him clean. And it's not that Chris ain't got the power. Just homie had a fucking iron chin. One judge saw it 99-91. Another 97-93 and 98-92. 97-93 I'm with. 99-91, it's not crazy, but it's a little wide. You know, it's out of respect for Herrera because he gave Chris some rounds there. I think Chris definitely learned some stuff in there. It's stuff you won't learn in sparring. It just is what it is. You gotta test out your body, so to speak. As far as the weight cutting, I mean, he's young. He just has to be careful with that shit. There's a few stories about boxers gaining 40 pounds in between fights. And he should maybe look at what happened with those stories and what happened to those boxers. That being said, though, he is going to break into the top 15. And I don't think it's for a lack of seriousness. So, yeah, ultimately, I don't think we're going to see him again this year. But I do think beginning of next year, they're probably going to be offering him something pretty big, pretty decent. They're going to give him enough time to get ready for it, too. But from what I'm hearing, that's the way it's looking. Next, our little break in the evening, our little fun reminder that Mehmet Unal might be the nicest human being with the most evil fucking punch. I every time I talk about this guy, I refer to it as wet bags of cement. It's as if he's whipping you, trying to hit you with a purse. That's the way it is. He's whipping it back. It's a David and Goliath kind of slingshot move that he's got with his fucking hand, man. He hit this dude and froze him perpendicular, turned him into a fucking fish stick. Just poof! Homie got up from that, and the referee was like, nah, fuck that. We're done for the night. We're done for the night, buddy. Mehmet Unal, round one. Honestly, the most well-timed break and knockout of my fucking memory. But Ralph Wilkins, man, thank you for coming to Montreal. But Mehmet Unal, just phenomenal. There is something candid that Canadians like. There is a certain type of immigrant that we like. The hardworking fucking, just nose to the grindstone kind of fucking human being. And Mehmet Unal is that guy. I really, really do think if he was a factory worker, he'd probably be the strongest, hardest working factory worker that factory has. So, we're lucky to have him. He's fucking fun as hell. Next, now I fucked up the order of this in the French video because fucking BoxRec retarded for some reason. But next, I predicted this fight was going to be fire and that it might steal the show, and it almost fucking did. Arthur Bjarselnov, Sergey Lipinets. Fuck me, man. To be honest, this is the most danger and damage Arthur got, but to be fair, most of the blood wasn't his. Lipinets, man, just tough as shit. I feel like Bjarselnov was just ginsuing him, just cutting him with 1,000 cuts, paper cuts, man, just fuck. He swelled up his head pumpkin style. He gave him a lopsided fucking eyebrow. Chipped away, 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 chipped away. Unanimous decision, 97-92, 99-90, 96-93. I do not understand, but Lipinets was down in round 3. Arthur's in a good spot right now. 20-0 at 140 pounds. That weight division's fucking empty. There's going to be names. There's nobody dominating. So there's work for him. There's nobody that's just fucking calling the shots, so to speak. He's got great management. He's with Camboso's team. So, again, another fighter that I predict probably you're going to hear something from Eye of the Tiger for early January, beginning February. A pretty big event from what I'm hearing, and again, similar to this, where they're gonna stack it with fucking titles. That being said, I think it might be towards Quebec City though. But that's just hearsay for now. We will keep it rolling. Great fight for Arthur Bjarselnov. He progresses in the right kind of way. The next name for him, honestly, just something similar, but just a bit better. I'm fine with. We don't need to fucking go crazy. But Lipinets was definitely a fucking war. And I'm sure Arthur and him are like buddies now. And they were probably buddies before. Arthur's kind of hard not to be buddies with. He's a pretty simple guy. But Arthur's going to have to make some enemies eventually, because there's going to be some names there. Look, that NABF leads to a Continental, a silver, something along those lines. I don't know if he'd get a title shot right away, but something along those lines. Next. So first of all, it's okay to be wrong. A lot of people put too much weight on that. In the sport in particular, if you think you know everything, then you know nothing. If you understand that you are going to be constantly learning, you're going to be constantly shown things, that the game is always evolving, that you're always going to be a little bit behind, then that's okay. But if you think that the game is something to hold and that you can understand it all, you're fucking wrong. And I am living proof of it, because I'm always learning. I was wrong. I got no problem saying it. In my interview with Wilkins Metzger, I made a point of shaking the kid's hand on camera and telling him to his face I was wrong, and I apologize. Now, that being said, there is some caveats you need to understand, and I pointed it out in my other videos, but I've been with Shaq since the very beginning. He's handed me his kit to hold for 30 seconds, so I've got at least that kind of fucking respect from the guy. I've known him for 15 plus years. I know his family. Part of the reason Manny Montreal exists is because I was witnessing some of the trials and tribulations and issues he was dealing with trying to be a professional. We more or less started at the same time. And Manny Montreal has never said he is not biased. If anything, I'm extremely biased. I do Canadians over everyone. And then I have my favorites. A little while back, I had to deal with the whole Steve Claggett, Yves Ulysse thing. I had to deal with Yves Ulysse versus G-Time. So I've been in this position before. When a guy's my guy, I got no fucking shame in saying it. And I'm also willing to back up why I think it. David Lemieux was my guy versus Triple G. And I explained how I thought David Lemieux was going to beat Triple G. You understand? I've got no fear. Because I know this game. I know it can be different. And I know it can fucking change on a dime. As easy as it went the way it did, it could have went the other way just as easy. That's what people fucking forget. I know some people thought this was going to be an easy fight and that this was going to be done in a round or two. Like, I don't know what fucking planet you lived on, but there was no way that was happening. I will say that I did not foresee Wilkins being able to put Shaq on his knees. Quick little fucker, man. Way quicker than I thought he was. And to be fair, we needed this kind of fight to fucking see it, because it's not in his other fights that I fucking saw what I saw. The other thing that I like for Wilkins is that he earned it. Paid in blood, played in sweat. Shaq made him earn it. Round 8 in particular. I got to see the kid's got guts, he's got balls, and when it gets fucking tough and deep, I can count on him. He's not just smart, because he is very, very smart. I think he's maybe the most intellectual boxer we got. He's really, really thinking in there. His mind's quiet. I could see him working. And, he's positioning his stuff. And he's plotting, which is fucking great, man. And he's got a really solid team and a really good corner, too. So, it's all good. I just, I was happy to see him fucking struggle. I was happy to see what he does when he struggles. These are things that you're going to need to fucking know. Now, as for Shaq, again, I'm not trying to fucking diminish what Lexan did. But there are things that I know that I won't talk about here. But I know it wasn't ideal for Shaq. That being said, good on Shaq for getting up off the fucking canvas. Finishing that fucking fight. Making that kid fucking earn it. As far as his career, I don't know what he wants to do. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm with him no matter what. I want Shaq to run for mayor. I've said it before, so Brossard, watch out. As for Wilkins, well, it's pretty good news. I'm assuming he's going to break the top 15 with this. You got to understand, the comparisons are on paper now, right? And I'll just put it out there. I may have mentioned to an Eye of the Tiger person, maybe the one person that I listen to the most, that when he speaks, I shut the fuck up internally as well, which is very rare for me, because 90% of the time when you're talking to me, I've got stuff going on in my head at the same time. It's nothing against you, it's just because I'm fucking mentally disabled. But that being said, when this person speaks, it's like I get a little fucking scared, so I listen. And because the guy's got really, really good information, so I know what he's going to say to me is going to be a fucking gem. And I was like, well, after the fight, I was like, well, maybe you guys can do the whole Bazinian thing now, with Wilkins, which is, considering Bazinian's been injured and out of the ring, but his name still has that value, that cachet. And I don't think they'll be going that way. But I did get a talk about professionalism and how to be a Tiger, you have to be a professional. And, that kind of hit home, because he was talking about Stephen Butler, and a lot of people, still to this day, some people talk bad about Butler and don't understand, But the thing is, Butler's never said no. Butler's always showed up on weight. Butler's always showed up on time. Butler's always there. He's lost fights, but he got the fucking balls. Like, I don't see people lining up around the corner to fight fucking Johnny Beck. The fights he's taken. And he never fucking said no to nobody. Nobody was gonna fucking scare Stephen Butler. Stephen Butler is the quintessential fucking professional. Alright. Mary Spencer, Mikaela Mayer. Again, I don't want to get into too many what I know and blah, 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 because I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but I don't feel like that was the best Mary Spencer. That being said, I also don't feel like I've ever seen the best Mary Spencer. We've come close a couple times, but never fully. She gassed out, which fucking breaks my heart. I was really hoping she was going to have gas for this. I really thought she was going to be able to be dominant on Mikaela, but Mikaela was a lot faster than I thought she was going to be. She was sharp too, and to see it up close, to be fair, I'd seen her on TV and whatnot, and I wasn't the biggest fan, but to see her up close, she boxes really fucking well. She's a good thinker. You can see her fucking thinking in there. She's squinting and fucking figuring shit out. She would try something and then go back to it and then try it a little differently. So she was definitely working with Mary in there. Same goes for Mary. I mean, she doesn't have to retire, but a little bit more than Shaq in a sense that she's accomplished things, even though her career has been very short as a professional. She's had a long amateur career, and in that short time, she did accomplish a lot, in comparison. And a little bit the same for her. I mean, if she wanted to run for politics or something, I would back her. I also think she's a hell of a teacher. You never know. Mary Spencer would. I feel like Mary Spencer could be a good coach, but I don't know. Just me thinking. But that being said, maybe one of the best, but for me, the best show I've seen in a long time from beginning to end. Again, hats off to Eye of the Tiger, the entire team, the matchmaker, the fucking Punch and Grace team, even the casino staff, just everyone was batting 100 on this one. We had a great fucking night Thursday at the Casino de Montreal. I am forever blessed and thankful that I get to attend these things and be a small part of it, and get to witness all this shit. Beautiful stuff, man. I'm gonna carry that shit for a while. Alright. Next, let's go to Saturday afternoon, Buatsi versus Parker. A little controversy. That's another thing. Everyone went home fucking healthy. There was no controversies with the judges. There was no issue where people thought this guy should have won, but I thought round this. There was none of that Thursday night. Saturday, though. A few fights here. Liam Cameron wins the WBA Intercontinental Light Heavyweight title. It's a close fight, but not a robbery. Main event, Lyndon Arthur, Bradley Rea. Co-main. Majority decision for Lyndon Arthur, but Lyndon touched the floor, so for him to win the fight, a lot of people were thinking that it could have been a draw, but then the main event, an actual robbery, Joshua Buatsi against Zach Parker, WBA International Light Heavyweight title. He wins a majority decision. The crowd, every journalist, everyone that watched this fight saw Zach Parker win. So even the announcers on the television didn't think that Buatsi won. I don't know how Buatsi feels good about having that WBA international, but it is what it is. Saturday night, Eddie Hearn was in Florida, Caribe Royale, Orlando. Some fun fights, to be honest, but we won't run through them all. I do want to mention, hold on, where is he? Pat Brown, heavyweight. Holy sweet fuck, can he fucking punch. He took on Dominican Felix Valera. Go look into him. Pat Brown, he's from the UK. Interesting heavyweight. Another interesting heavyweight fight. Lenny Perro took on Jordan Thompson. He wins the WBA Continental Heavyweight title. But to be fair, they brought Big Baby Miller in the ring afterwards with Eddie Hearn. And, you know, Liam Perro, he's Cuban and he boxes nice. I personally feel like he's a small heavyweight compared to what's out there. It's not like 14-0. You're talking about Big Baby Miller. They bring Big Baby Miller there because they basically want to put another title on Big Baby. And, I mean, he's tested positive twice. I mean, what fucking promoter, what kind of insurance did fucking Eddie Hearn get? How do we know this guy's not going to shit the bed again and not fuck up another major event? 2 major events. 2 fucking boxing shows. How many careers has this guy fucking frozen or fucked up? You know? And here's Eddie giving him another fucking chance. And they're basically setting him up to win this guy's Perro's title. It is what it is. It is what it is. Guys, that's it for me. I did this in English and in French back to back. We're doing it again tomorrow night, Monday, with the schedule. Make sure you tune in. The rest of the week, I'll be posting little shorts and whatnot. I might be doing some other videos real soon, but look out for that. Stay tuned. Watch my stories. I'll leave you guys with the same thing I normally do. Life is short. Just be fucking kind to yourself and others. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.